Hey guys, first up I am back with the brand new video and it's time to do a speed test comparison between the Realme 8 Pro versus the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro. And guys, and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G chipset with the 8GB of RAM, while the Realme 8 Pro is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G chipset with the 8GB of RAM as well. On the back we have a quad cameras on both phones. On the back we have a 108 megapixel main camera on both these two devices. So I am really excited to see that how is the Realme 8 Pro is stack up against the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. Now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. And guys, both phones is completely off. So now let's start off with the boot up test between these two devices. Here we go. And the logo it is here, move faster on the Realme 8 Pro as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And also both phones is running on Android 11. We have a Realme UI 2.0, while on the Redmi Note 10 Pro we have a MIUI version 12. And you can see, and the Realme 8 Pro is a little bit more faster when it comes to booting up as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And you can see about half a second difference between these two devices when it comes to booting up. And guys, you can see that in both phones has a very beautiful display. We have a Full HD AMOLED display on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the Realme 8 Pro we have a Full HD Super AMOLED display. And also we have a 120Hz refresh rate on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the Realme 8 Pro we have only 60Hz, and that's a really disappointing. We get 60Hz on the Realme 8 Pro. And both phones also has a punch hole which is a little bit more smaller on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. And also in the bottom chin it is more smaller as well on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So overall the display quality it is much better on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Now let's see the apps opening speed. And guys, everything is closed up in the background, no app is running in the background. And also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. And the first application we have is the phone dialer, and that is more faster on the Realme 8 Pro as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So next on the list is the settings, faster on the Realme 8 Pro again as compared to the Note 10 Pro. Let me go to the display. Now let's go refresh rate, and you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Now let's see Amazon shopping, some more application, same Wi-Fi network on both phones, and that is, you can see, little bit more faster on the Note 10 Pro. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels incredibly more smoother on the Redmi Note 10 Pro because we have 120Hz as compared to 60Hz on the Realme 8 Pro. Now let's check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga. Again we have a Snapdragon 732G as compared to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G, faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro, about 1 second difference there. Instagram again more faster on the Realme 8 Pro. Now let's see pin out, and that is exactly the same on both phones, no difference there. Now let's see Spotify, faster on the Realme 8 Pro. Let's see Subway Surfer, and faster on the Realme 8 Pro as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and you can see. And also on the Redmi Note 10 Pro we have dual speakers, while on the Realme 8 Pro we have a single speaker. Let's see Temper and 2, last game application we have in this speed test, and that is more faster on the Realme 8 Pro, and you can see some games more faster on the Realme 8 Pro. So now let's opening up the Tutor. Again more faster on the Realme 8 Pro as compared to the Note 10 Pro. Now let's see Zedge, and that is exactly the same on both phones, no difference there. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is again really smooth on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. So last time I launched the cameras on both phones, default camera app. Now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. that is more faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. Again, we have a 108 megapixel main camera on both these two devices, as you can see. Now let's see the internet browser speed. IMC default, Google Chrome on both phones. Now let's see the gsmarina.com, faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is again really smooth on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro, because we have 120Hz refresh rate as compared to 60Hz. Next on the list is the wwe.com, and same Wi-Fi network on both phones, and that is exactly the same, I have to say. Again, you guys are the judge of the speed test. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is again more smoother on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Realme 8 Pro, but very smooth, no lag whatsoever. So guys, now let's see RAM management on both phones, and we have 8GB of RAM on both these devices. Phone dialer, that is refresh on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Let's see settings, and that is not refresh. Amazon shopping, refresh on both phones. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, refresh on the Realme 8 Pro. Instagram, no refresh. Let's see Pinout, refresh on both phones. Let's see Spotify, refresh I think only on the Realme 8 Pro. Let's see Subway Surfer, refresh on both phones. Let's see Temper 2, no refresh. Let's see the Tutor, no refresh. Zedge. Last, we are back to the internet browser where we left, and you can see. And guys, overall I have to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that some application it is more faster on the Realme 8 Pro and some more faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Or I have to say that both phones is perform very similar in system-based application as well as in game map loading time. In terms of the RAM management wise, as you can see that both phones is perform really bad in the RAM management. I hope the RAM management will fix with some software updates in the future. So thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Realme 8 Pro versus the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace out.